Hello, my friends. Earlier this month, I uploaded my January candle chat video. And in that video, I shared with you candles that are currently in my rotation for burning in the month of January. I give you some ideas about candle combinations. I encourage you to shop your stash. I give you maybe a couple of reviews or like quick little mini reviews on how candles are burning for me. But in that video, I shared with you that one of my goals for 2024 was to increase the, I'm blanking on the word right now, but was basically to film that video twice a month instead of the once a month that I had been doing. So I actually have the time this month to do that. And a couple of you guys had chimed in and said, yes, please, we'd love to see what you are burning later on in the month. Because like I mentioned in that video, I will pick out probably, I don't know, just a hodgepodge of number of candles. And then as I burn through them, as I decide that, you know what, maybe I don't love these and I declutter them. That's something that I've been doing this year. Or maybe as I bring new candles into my collection and I'm just kind of tired of what I've been burning and want something new, the rotation can get switched up as the month goes on. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. Basically, these are candles that are now brought into my January rotation because I've either used up, decluttered, or I just want something new right now. So if you are new to my channel, a quick welcome. Hi, I'm Katie, as my channel name would imply. I like to talk about home fragrance here. So I do empties, I do reviews, I do hauls, and then I have this little series going on right now. So if you find yourself wanting to stick around for more of my content, please make sure you hit the subscribe button before you get on out of here. Also, I am not going to be talking about the candles that I talked about earlier this month. So if you want to see what candles I started out with burning in the month of January, I will refer you back to that video. It will be linked in the description box, and I will also have it at the very end of this video. But let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and talk about some of these candles. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with a couple of HOMEWORX candles that are currently in my rotation. Now, when I filmed that video earlier this month, this candle was actually on its way to me. This candle, as of the time that I am filming this video, remember I do pre-film a couple of days before this video goes live on my channel. This candle is in stock at Ulta and it's on clearance for $15. So 50% off, and I would say yes, go get it. This is Snow-Tipped Pine. So, oh my goodness. All right, this is a fragrance that I think it was released maybe 3 years ago. I want to say it's been around for about 3 years. So this is a beautiful winter fragrance. The fragrance notes on it are pine needles, alpine juniper, white birch, and woods. So my nose definitely picks up that this is it's a cold, it's a winter tree scent, but it's definitely one that I always reserve for the month of January because to me, it's not Christmas tree. This definitely has that like cold winter air accord going on. I get white birch in here. I get a little hint of juniper. Pine is definitely in here. You know, you guys know I don't live in a very wintry place. I live in Arizona, which actually, well, half of the state of Arizona is pretty wintry in winter. If you go up north or to the east, it's pretty much high country mountains. But where I live in the desert portion. So I'm not very familiar with like going outside and smelling fresh trees covered with snow. That's somewhere I have to travel to do that. But this is one of the landscapes that I envision when I think of a wintry forest. Now I have actually burned this candle every year that it has been in circulation. And I'm not sure if my review for this candle will be up prior to this video. If it is, I'll have it linked in the description box down below. Check out, I do have a candle review playlist. I have one just like a generic candle review playlist, but then I also have one specifically for HOMEWORX, one specifically for Cringle and Country, and one specifically for Bath and Body Works. So that might be able to help you find my reviews a little bit easier. But this candle is so good, and I love that it's one that it gives me that wintry air vibe, but it can blend so well with a couple of other candles in my collection. Strength and throw on this candle is pretty good for me. I would say it's around a solid 8. It's a very good performer. I'm not having any issues with the wicks. And you can see right here, I mean, I've burned quite a bit of it so far. I would say I'm about 2/3 of the way down on this burn. But I have really loved this fragrance. If you are familiar with the Kringle candle lineup, this smells very similar to my nose as Winter Wonder. They're very much like, I feel like they're sisters to each other. But the label, of course, on here is also beautiful when it is lit up. And I do burn it with a couple of Kringle candles, which I will share with you in a couple of minutes what candles I like to pair it with. But this has been a go-to here later in the month of January. Another HOMEWORX candle that this one was sent to me in PR. I am a HOMEWORX ambassador. This video is not sponsored by them. I never have any sponsored videos from any of the candle brands. I don't think any of them do actually official like sponsored videos. A lot of them send PR, but they don't do like official sponsored videos. But this was a candle that was sent to me in PR around Christmas time. This is Fresh Start. So this is part of their New Year's collection over on the Slatkin & Co website. You may see some of these maybe in your Marshalls or TJ Maxx or Home Goods. Let me know, by the way, while we're talking about that, in the comment box down below, are you guys getting new inventory coming into your local discount retailers? Because mine, I'm not seeing any new candles. In fact, almost all of the HOMEWORX candles that are in my stores are clearanced out, and they are mostly holiday fragrances. There's a couple though that are not holiday fragrances. So let me know in the comment box down below if you're seeing any new stuff show up in your discount stores, because maybe mine are just behind the ball. All right, so this is Fresh Start. The fragrance notes are crisp salt air, sparkling citrus, orange blossom, and oak moss. Okay, so I have burned this candle one time so far, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to continue to burn it a couple of more times so I can do a dedicated review for all of you, because I do feel like that's the honest thing to do when they sent me a candle in PR. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you my impressions off of like I've only burned this once or twice. This actually, I really like this fragrance. This is a floral fragrance though. This definitely smells like orange blossoms. And if you've never smelled the difference between an orange, like this is not your juicy orange fruit. This is the blossoms, the bloom that come on a citrus plant. Now being in Arizona, I smell orange blossoms quite a bit because we have a lot of citrus that is grown here in the winter time. And usually I smell those, they usually bloom like late February, early March here. So that's why I think in my head, when I started burning this earlier this week, I thought, oh, I think that's more of a candle I want to burn in late February, March as we approach spring, because it reminds me more of a spring scent. Regardless, you get the orange blossom note in here. You do get a little bit of like that salty air accord in the background. This reminds me a little bit of last year at Bath & Body Works in their neutral line. They had, was it like sea salt and neroli? Similar family. I feel like it gives me a little bit similar vibe. I feel like that candle was a little bit more heavy on the salty air vibe, whereas this is definitely more green floral. And by floral, I just mean orange blossom. That's really the most dominant note in here. So if you like a good orange blossom candle, this one's gonna be good for you. This one was very strong for me. I was burning this one in a hurricane, so I will say that. In the hurricane, this was throwing a 9. It was very, very strong. So if you want a good, strong orange blossom candle, this one might be your girl for you, but stay tuned. I don't know if I will have had a review up for this one yet. I'm thinking probably this week I will get one up for you guys, but that has been a really nice candle for me so far. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some Bath & Body Works here really quickly. So I did do a Bath & Body Works haul. Was it last weekend I posted that? I think that was last weekend. I picked up a couple of the new spring fragrances, but to be honest with you guys, I am burning a couple of those. One of those, I think I will have had another review up for you before I put this video up, but it's not really one that I have in my January rotation. It's more of a spring candle. Anyways, we'll get to that. But this is Bath & Body Works Winter. We all know what winter smells like. This was a fragrance that was designed by Harry Slatkin when he was still with Bath & Body Works, and it has been a perennial favorite. It's returned year after year. I know it's been there for more than 10 years. Fragrance notes on winter are white woods, pine needles, sparkling clementine, and spiced clove. So this is a fragrance. Yeah, I feel like I don't really need to describe winter. It's such a good one. It's burning pretty well for me. So funny story about this. I think I talked about this in my Bath & Body Works haul video last week. I actually purchased this during SAS. I purchased it the day after Christmas. And when my shipment arrived, they had thrown in the Perfect Christmas instead of this candle. So I contacted Bath & Body Works and said, hey, you didn't give me the candle that I ordered. And they said, go ahead and keep the Perfect Christmas or bring it back in and exchange it, but we'll go ahead and send you winter. So this one was a little bit delayed in getting to me. It would have been here earlier this month, but anyways, I just love this fragrance. Now I will tell you that fragrances that I really enjoy pairing this candle with, I am loving burning it with Cringle's Vintage Pomander or Cringle's Away in a Manger, which are both like that like citrus orange type of fragrance. It's beautiful. So usually I'll place this one here in my living room, and then in the like other wings of the house, I would say, I will put that orange pomander, and it just gives such a beautiful vibe going on in my house. Another candle that I am burning from Bath & Body Works right now is Paris Cafe. Now I purchased this candle, I want to say maybe during Candle Day. I have never had Paris Cafe before. I know a lot of people have talked about it. I've picked it up and smelled it in stores, and I don't know why I never purchased it, but I know when I first bought this, my intentions with it were to burn this alongside the Lavender Marshmallow fragrance, because I wanted to simulate the fragrance from Pink Lavender and Espresso. And if you caught my video last week of my Bath & Body Works haul, they did bring back Pink Lavender and Espresso, and I did pick up one of those candles. So now I'm like, oh, well, I have freedom, I guess, to mix this candle a little bit more. So the fragrance notes on Paris Cafe are rich roasted coffee, sugared brioche, and vanilla creme. Now, this is definitely like an espresso coffee heavy fragrance, but I do get a little bit of that savory note of the brioche in the background. I absolutely love this fragrance. I have been loving burning it in the mornings. It is a perfect morning fragrance. I have been burning it with HOMEWORX Cozy Weekend, which I did do a review on last week. And I also like burning it with Cringle's Gold and Cashmere. It's just, it gives you those like warm, cozy coffee vibes, but then when you burn it with another candle that kind of has more of those, I don't want to say perfumey, because when I say perfumey, I think people automatically think of like patchouli, and that's not where I'm going. It's more of like kind of that cashmere wool, kind of like a soft, fresh laundry without it being too cottony type of fragrance. This has paired really nicely with it. Now I will say, strength and throw on this Paris Cafe has been about like a 7.5 for me, which is interesting because the first burn on it was really, really strong, but then this morning when I burned it, it for whatever reason didn't seem to be as strong. One of my wicks did something weird on it, which I have no idea why it did that, but yeah, I really love this fragrance. So if you have it in your collection, now might be the time to break it out. All right, and then transitioning into Kringle Candle. This candle actually just showed up on my doorstep right before I started filming, and I'm so excited because as we're talking about coffee scents here, I did go ahead and purchase Cozy and Warm. Now this is a fragrance that I believe at the time that I am filming this video, and I don't know how long the sale is running, I know these normally retail for $31, I think, and right now it's on sale for $21 in this large jar. This is Cozy and Warm, and I don't think they listed the fragrance notes. No, they did not. I did purchase this in a daylight first because I wanted to make sure that I liked the fragrance. That is something that I really enjoy being able to do with Kringle candles, is that they do offer those little daylights, so you don't really have to commit to a full-size jar without smelling the candle. I know that's a big hang-up for a lot of people, myself included. But I got this in my, in the daylights, and I was like, oh yes, I do want that full size. Okay, so this is also like a coffee scent, but it's definitely not the heavy espresso fragrance that you get from Paris Cafe. They're two very different fragrances. This I get more of like a vanilla cream, maybe even, I don't want to say hazelnut. It's not hazelnut, but there is kind of like a nuttiness to this, maybe like some nutmeg and, maybe not nutmeg, because I feel like nutmeg is like a, people hear that and they're like, no, they think of Coffee Shop from HOMEWORX, which I liked, but I know a lot of people were like, I don't like that. I want to say it's almost like a hazelnut in the background of this. It's definitely like coffee, but maybe like a, I don't know, not a chai tea. It is like the label here says cozy and warm, and I feel like that just encompasses exactly what I'm smelling here. So I think this candle and that Paris Cafe are ones that I will interchange with, like I said, Cozy Weekend from HOMEWORX. I can also see myself burning this with almond croissant. Is it almond croissant? The one that I just picked up from Bath and Body Works and did a review on. I could see, I could actually probably see myself burning Paris Cafe with that fragrance more so than this one. This one will pair really nicely if you have a couple of like vanilla fragrances. But oh my goodness, I'm so glad that this one is now in my collection because this is definitely like a good morning scent. All right, the candle that I was talking about when I was talking about HOMEWORX's Snow Tip Pine that I really like burning alongside that fragrance is Kringle Candle's Snowbird. Now this is the medium-sized jar. I do know that this is also another fragrance that at the time that I'm filming this is also on sale, similar to the Cozy and Warm. All right, so this candle was released in the holiday winter lineup in 2022. And I think I had this one in a 3-wick. Yeah, I did have it in the 3-wick when they released it. And it was funny, last year when I got it, I was kind of like, oh, okay, like I see myself burning that in January. Again, we've got that cold, crisp air accord, but I get a little bit of like cranberry and orange in the background of this. It's very lively. It sounds funny. This is a really beautiful January fragrance when maybe it's cold outside, but the sun is shining, or maybe you want the sun to be shining. This burns so nicely alongside that Snow Tip Pine or Winter Wonder. I also like burning Away in a Manger with it or Vintage Pomander because I do pick up a slight amount of citrus. Those other two candles that I just mentioned are more, obviously more orange forward. This is definitely more like cranberry with a mix of orange in there, mixed with like a winter tree air accord going on. It's beautiful. Oh, I love this one. So I have been burning this alongside Snow Tipped Pine. I've been burning it in a Hurricane. This one is decently strong for me. I would give it like a 6.5, 7 in the Hurricane. Let me know in the comment box down below if you guys want a dedicated review on Snowbird. I know it's been out for like over a year now, so some of you might be like, no, I don't need that, but I don't know. Sometimes I want to get some reviews up just so that way I have them up and for you to reference just in case, you know, you ask me down the road, hey, have you ever smelled that candle? I can go ahead and point you back to those candles. All right, a couple of country candles that I am actually planning to light up this afternoon. So this is from the 2023 release. This is 'Tis the Season. So obviously it's got a Christmas tree on the front, but I will tell you this fragrance to me is not a traditional Christmas fragrance to me. This is very much like, I detect lavender and maybe a little bit of bergamot in here. Kind of powdery. This is very almost, it's spa-like without being like eucalyptus spa. It's definitely lavender heavy. Lavender is the first note that I smell in here, but I like it. I like it. It just kind of gives me calm, clean house vibes. I haven't burned it at all yet. This is in the medium-sized jar. I don't even know if this is available anymore, but this was another fragrance that I did get in a daylight and I liked it. And then when they were having a sale, probably sometime in December, I decided to go ahead and purchase that. And the candle that I plan to burn alongside that one is Lemon Lavender from Country Candle. Now this fragrance to me smells very, very similar. If you've ever smelled the Yankees Lemon Lavender, the two smell the exact same to me. I definitely get the lavender note, but I do detect the lemon. The lemon is in here. So again, calm, clean, fresh house vibes going on. The weather today, not to rub it in any of your faces, the weather here in Arizona today is sunny and 65. So I can have like 1 or 2 windows open and I feel like it just kind of gives my house like that fresh New Year vibe. So, all right. Another Cringle candle that I have been enjoying, and it's funny, again, it was marketed as a Christmas candle, but the fragrance itself reminds me of something a little bit more appropriate for this time of year. This is Christmas Cake Pops. Now, I purchased this candle to be able to burn alongside. I have a Luxe candle from HOMEWORX, which is their spun vanilla sugar, and I was like, you know what, I want another fragrance that can blend nicely with that. So this is definitely like a cake pop. I do detect a little bit, it sounds funny. This isn't like the cake note that I get from HOMEWORX's birthday cake. I love that. That's like a good like vanilla funfetti type of fragrance. This is definitely like, lemon cake, but it's not limoncello cupcake. It's not Bath and Body Works takes on lemon cupcake. The lemon is definitely more subdued. It's not like a smack you in the face type of lemon. So that might appeal to some of you. It's definitely a gourmand. I get some of the sweetness in here of frosting, but again, it's not so sweet that it's cloying. This is a lighter fragrance. I feel like, again, because it's kind of like a mix of vanilla and lemon, and we know that vanilla fragrances are a little bit harder to make. Like, most vanilla fragrances are not powerhouses. But I've really enjoyed this one. I've been, like I said, I plan to burn it alongside spun vanilla sugar, but the reason I brought it out was because I really enjoyed pairing this with Fresh Start. Any kind of like citrus-based candles I find myself burning this with. So yeah, this one's been a good one, but again, it's probably strength and throw. I would say around a 6. It's not a world beater there. And then finally, the last candle that I have been burning very sparingly during this time of year. I did a review on it last week and I was like, oh yeah, it's back in stock. And then when the Reserve line candles launched, I should not have opened up my mouth because I had this in my cart to pick up a backup of, and y'all beat me to it before I could check out. In fact, I went to check out and they were like, I'm sorry, one of the items is sold out. I was like, no. So this is Cringle Candles Macaroons. Macaron. This is a macaron right here. This is their original one that was released in the spring of 2023. I did go ahead and purchase the new version, the sprinkled macaroons, macarons. Oh my goodness, I'm never going to get over that, I think. So that should be on its way to me pretty soon. But the fragrance of this, I do have a dedicated review on it. This is lovely. This is like a good strawberry almond pastry type of fragrance. This one pairs really, really nicely. I think my favorite combination with this is with Bath and Body Works pistachio and toasted vanilla. If you combine these two together, oh my word, does your house smell so good. The other candle that I've been burning it alongside is the Vanilla Almond Swirl Ramekin from Cringle. I am burning, actually, what is that one? The Campfire Marshmallow Dip. I'm actually burning that at this moment. I hope to have a review up soon if I haven't already put it up before this video. But this candle is so good. I won't have to go on and on because I do have a dedicated review on it. So if you want more of my thoughts, then check out that review. So all of these candles will be listed in the description box down below along with timestamps. So if you want to go back and find those particular candles that I was just talking about, you can do that. I am an ambassador for both HOMEWORX and Kringle candles. So my HOMEWORX discount code is KATIESJOYFULLIFE. It will save you 15% on orders over $40. And then at Cringle, my discount code is just simply KATIE15, and that will save you 15% off of your order. It usually does not combine with the really, really good sales. You can always try plugging it in, but I will always tell you, get the best discount that you can. So that is it for candles that I am now incorporating into my January collection or my January rotation here. Let me know in the comment box down below if any of these are currently in your collection. Are these fragrances that appeal to you? Maybe what are you burning right now? Have you finished anything up? I have finished up a couple of candles. Those will be in my empties video later on this month. I also have been sharing my candle collection series videos with you. That should be wrapping up this week. And I have kind of a fun idea now that I have put my candle collection out there to kind of keep myself accountable to all of you guys to, you know, to make sure that I am using my stash. Obviously, my candle collection, I'm always going to have to be bringing some new candles in just because of the nature of having this channel. But I thought it would be fun to kind of start a series where we're talking about burning up our candles and maybe hold myself accountable by sharing with all of you, hey, these are my empties. Like, my goal in sharing that video is actually at the end of every month to know exactly how many candles do I have in my collection. And I thought that it would just be kind of fun to keep you guys along for that journey. So let me know in the comment box down below if you would be interested in that series. All right, I am rambling on. Please don't forget to hit thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Again, subscribe if you're new. I am so close to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and that's a really big deal in the YouTube content creator universe. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, but you've watched a lot of my videos and you want to stick around, please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. If you already have a Gmail account, that's really easy to log into YouTube using. But yeah, it's a free thing. It's just like being able to easily find some of your favorite content creators on YouTube by just subscribing to their channels. All right. Thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.